Hello, happy Thursday, friends. Nah, we got the audio back. It's just me not being ready. I've been trying to hit play for a minute, but what's up, friends? Happy Thursday. That might be you, bud. I'm seeing audio. I'm seeing it. No audio. Breaker 197, Breaker 197. Roots. Truths are better than toots. Do you, Guap, did you get the invite? Disgusting! What's up, fellas? Mr. John Voight, Mr. the Guapo. Blow in it. Take it out. Blow in the ports. Yeah. Terrible eyes. It was almost believable until John got me going good. But I also, too, can tell when I look at the bottom of this thing that there is sound going. So, you know what I mean? You have fun. Oh, that's a good complex to have. Yeah, I like that. John, explain to me really quick. Guap was telling me the other day that place you're working is doing away with AICs, or how's this working? Talk to me. And maybe he didn't hear it from you. Maybe he heard it from somebody else. So they just took away their titles. Wow. So, and it makes, okay, so like, there was a structure of 4. One of them dealt with people. You can do away with that person. That doesn't really matter. And they should be bud tenders anyway. GM has a ton more to do. That's what I was thinking. If you're gonna get rid of, but, okay, so they still have AIC badges though, right? They're all allowed they have their badge. Yeah, okay. So people, but then you have to, okay, but do you have somebody who is overseeing inventory though? Or is that being left back solely on the back of the GM?
Gazing through the window at the world outside, wondering will Mother Earth survive, hoping that mankind will stop abusing her sometime.
Wow. Holy micromanagement. Okay. I mean, oh fuck, you know what? Let me
Time after time. I'm just a
dreamer.
I dream my life away.
Oh shit, dude! Please don't hack me. Hold on. Wait, hold up. Wait a minute. How do I get myself to? I don't even know where the fuck I'm at. There we are. Got it. Get myself out of the way. Stay down in the corner. I like this better. All right, here we go. Let me. All right. I don't know if y'all have seen this yet, or if it even matters to any of you. It should matter to a few of you. Oh, it's crazy is an understatement, John. It's illogical and lacking representation. It seems silly to me that you're going to, unless you're going to do AGM, okay, you're going to give assistance to the GM, because if not, and it's just GM and then everybody on a same playing field after that, it gets very confusing very fast, and nobody has anybody to look up to when there isn't a GM there. And it's not that everybody there, I mean, we're a bunch of adults having a job, so you should know what you're supposed to do. Your expectations are pretty low to begin with, but there are some things that need to be done, so that's kind of wild.
If only we could all just find serenity.
Wow. Yeah, I figured that. I've been seeing HR. No, John, your HR department fucking the skills of that company putting together an HR department was fucking a joke to begin with. Completely the reason I left to begin with, and they suck. Oh, I bet it. Well, and that's what they want, right? Let's. Yeah. Check this out. Here, let's just go through this really quick. Here you go. America's top cannabis job markets, total cannabis jobs per state as of Q1 2026. In ninth place, 19,500. It's down year over year. The change is going down. Illinois is going down with their employment. Michigan also down from 42,500, okay? And then everybody's like, oh my God, Michigan, they're taking all of our products, or they're taking all of our sales because our products are shit. Well, watch this. Let's check this out really quick, because there is more. There's more to be said. Here we go. Here we go. This is it. States with job gains. New York has added 129% more jobs. They went from 16,106, or no, they have a change of 16,160, which is 12,500 to 28,660. So they went up massively. Maryland added another 3,500 on top of their 10,000. Ohio added another 2,500 on top of their 10,000. New Jersey added 2,500 on top of their 15,000. So there's been some big moves. Check this out. Big losses. California went down 17,000 jobs, minus 22%. Illinois is down 3,000 jobs, 13.3%. Oh, they did suck before. No, well, okay, so their HR department made them lose the unemployment case against me. So they're just, I mean, I could do better without a degree, right? Obviously, but this thing is getting weird to begin with. A lot of nepotism, a lot of inbreeding, you know? He said, yeah, the job sucks. Don, I fucking love you, bro. Here we go. We've got an actual, let's get to it. It goes state by state here in a second, or it gives a few states. There's New York, there's Michigan. Look at this. Net change in employment minus 2,500. Their legal retail sales, the forecast is making them drop sales by $900 million. Is the 2026 jobs outlook major collapse? It's unfortunate, dude. I know a lot of people that have jobs out in the Michigan cannabis market. This is almost as devastating as, and this is just Q1. Here we go. Sales in Q1 2026 have plummeted. We expected this downturn to continue through the end of the year and result in a loss of nearly 8,000 jobs. This is meta level shit. This is Facebook level layoffs going on in, and it's crazy because, well, this is crazy though. $900 million worth of a downturn. But here's what's crazier. Ohio. They're going up projectedly by 140 mil. That doesn't account for 900 million of it. And where else would Michigan consumers go? Well, the thing is, and everybody says, oh, well, that's Illinois people not going there. Well, let's go down. Let's check it out. Illinois. Projected sales differences, 90 mil. Okay? They're expected to increase 90 mil. Ohio's expected to increase 140. So you're $230 million worth of difference. Okay? And then Michigan is still down $900 million. So, and then here, wait, let me go to the, before I go too far, hold on. Which one is it? It's one of these. Here you go. Cannabis stocks pop as another U.S. company applies to list on the New York Stock Exchange.
Okay, everything. Hi,
so,
everyone. I love you so much.
More companies are trying to.
Next to Gandhi. Biz lives over there.
Oh, it's actually sorry.
Have you seen Super?
The.
I don't need anybody to know but myself.
It's just the way we categorize the sales and discounts now. Oh, okay. Okay. Look at this. This is my favorite. The Illinois market continues to struggle in 2025. Operators are still contending with high taxes and strict compliance rules. Consumers are looking elsewhere. With an effective sales tax rate of 36.25%, licensed retailers are struggling to win over local consumers. Too many of those customers are driving to neighboring states, Missouri and Michigan, to acquire their products. Illinois consumers also have to access intoxicating hemp products. This is capping the level of legal participation and lowering growth projections and reduced employment by 3,000 jobs. Oversupply and price compression are also adding to the mix. They've got way too much sitting in vaults getting fucking dried up to begin with. And the thing is, the stuff that they've got being dried up is about to be put into a container and sat on a shelf for a full another year, because they only get tracked from the time they put it into the container or the time that they have it tested and put into a container to the time they get a year after that. Some places are getting 2 years on products. Nature's grace, not to speak names, but nature's grace. So here you go. 2025 jobs 19,500. Net change in employment 3,000. The legal projections again are supposed to go up 90 million. The 2026 jobs outlook is flat. Things just aren't great. Let's see. Oh, oh, look at the growth rate. National cannabis revenue growth rate. 2025, it dropped by 3.35%. And somehow in 2026, with one of the biggest industries losing, with one of the biggest markets losing almost $1 billion worth of their fucking $3 billion valuation, somehow we're supposed to projectedly go up by 4.89%. I assume that that number will change in the near future. Mr. Rourke, happy Thursday, brother. Harvard Lawyer's rule book looked like a joke. Yeah. Yep. Take that time off and enjoy it. Hey, that's the way to do it. I mean, the system is set in place for the system to be taken advantage of. Who the hell wants to comply to a system that consistently takes advantage of those that are putting in the effort and only benefiting for themselves, you know? So, Schedule 3's meaning this whole report, I actually read through a bit of it. It's pretty wild to see. Was Ohio's market down here? Michigan, Missouri? No, Ohio was. Missouri was not down there in the thing. Thanks. Where can I find Missouri's market? Top 10 states total cannabis licenses. Look at this. Illinois is not even on the top 10 states. We're limited access. Oh man, we're trying to be only megacorps. Everybody who has a craft license of sorts is trying to sell out to one of the megacorps. Oh, John, them part-time rules, they get you. Yeah, these, meh. This whole experience is meh. The market, and when we're seeing things like, well, do they show revenue here? No. No. Okay, this is just a jobs report. That's all right. But it's crazy to me that somehow people, well, I mean, it's not crazy to me. People will invest their money blindly into things that they don't know about. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't take my financial advice. But the cannabis industry is stagnant at best. It's stale. I would venture to tell you that the luster wears off for a lot more people in the very near future. I think that spending goes down. I think that just like the market in the industry itself, like we're seeing here, that there's an abundance of product, all right? There's just a stacking of product. Where does it say it at? Right here. Oversupply and price compression. Right there. Oversupply. Well, all of us oversupplied too. A lot of people that I know bought a bag, and they bought more than they're going to use in one day. They bought more than they're going to use in 10 days. They bought more than they're going to use in 30 days. So they'll come back 30 days later, buy something that you continually compress the price of. And look, I'm not saying go the other way where you're like, oh, you know what? If you're not going to come in as much, we'll just tax the hell out of everybody. And I don't mean tax by like government taxes. I mean tax by like corporate taxes, like a taxation without representation. Just we're putting a new price because we said we could, which is what happened at the beginning of the market because there was only about 10 players. So they all slept in bed together, and they all were the people who owned all the facilities pretty much. They were buying them up as fast as they could. So in doing so, they were able to regulate the prices to their own, to what they wanted to. So I can see a space where cannabis use starts to tail off a little bit. It makes sense because the market's not appealing. There's nothing that is appealing about the cannabis industry anymore. Working for it is becoming depressing, as we can see here. Unless you're in New York, like there's some good places that are like expanding, but New York's market, In early 2025, there were roughly 300 licensed cannabis retailers open for business in New York. By the end of the year, that number topped 520. They allowed 220 in 2025 alone. Illinois, I don't even know if they have 220 altogether. I think it's 270 or something like that. But I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know if 220 are operating. Genuinely, I don't know if they are. Um, New York's Cannabis Control Board approved more than 320 new licenses over the course of 2025, bringing the total to more than 2,000 by early 2026. It doesn't end there. The state reports a queue of more than 4,000 applications in process. Oh, ho, ho. Holy smokerinos. Now, will they go through the same thing that we went through? And of course they will. They may be able to steal some of the surrounding areas' businesses because they're putting a better infrastructure for, but every single industry is a race to the bottom. There's not one cannabis market that isn't a race to the bottom, and I think in some ways it's probably beneficial to the consumer, because who the hell wants to pay that much for it, especially when we're getting taxed and whacked at the end of it. So the prices have to be reasonable so that we can sustain paying the taxes on it. But I just see a very flat industry, and maybe even worse, a declining in all projections, as they show here. All projections here show that they want there to be some growth over the next few years. Well, this growth will only come from, and okay, so supposedly, right, we have what, 41 states, let's say 40 states, okay, that have programs in place. 20 something of them have adult use programs. I could pull the numbers up, I'm sure, pretty quick. But so if 20%, or let's say 20 of the states, which is 40%, okay, to increase this by 5%, right, you have to fucking only add, like, it's not even that much. It's like, what? It's like 2 states. Right? All you have to do is have 2 adult use states come on board, and the projection of revenue growth across the industry seems to go up a little bit. So the industry will grow to a certain extent, but we see it here. 2025 is the answer. Everything is, it's a race to the bottom. Everything's failing. And 2020 or 2020 and 2021 were COVID years. That's when the essential business happened. This is when all the boom already happened. The boom's done. This is some projection to help people fucking still get investment. Yeah. Redemption is already closing their Fox Lake location as their best weed on the market. That is unfortunate to hear, John. How many different locations does Redemption have? Redemption Botanicals, Illinois. Fox Lake Town Center. And this a oh, we did just talk about Ivy and Fox Lake also. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm 21. Don't put me into a contact for necessity retailers rooted in legacy. Hilton, that's where they're growing stuff, yeah. And they only have one retailer. Oh, they have retail partners. They're trying to do that. I mean, I would venture to tell you it's probably harder to maintain and sustain a profitable dispensary while you are competing against other megacorps pretty much. And it's not a megacorp in the sense that like what PepsiCo is, right? Like that is totally different style of ownership where these they're kind of baby companies in the sense that like, you know, SpaceX just took $1 trillion plus valuation and then their stock boomed over the next couple of days and whatever. Anyway, so these are little fries. These are tiny little guys. But in the scheme of like the yous and I's of the world who are trying to make a living off of $20 an hour, you know, it gets a little bit, I don't know. Yeah, that could be their only dispo. But yeah, this is wild. Yeah, this is wild. Did y'all see this today, though? The Supreme Court upholds marijuana users' gun rights, rejecting Trump DOJ arguments in major Second Amendment case. I don't want to go too deep on things, but the U.S. Supreme Court has unanimously sided with a man. Unanimously. 9-0. Unanimous. Okay? So, this is awesome. Who was prosecuted for possessing a gun while being a regular consumer of marijuana, ruling that the government's actions violate the Second Amendment. Hold on. The federal law known as 922G3 that prohibits people who illegally consume controlled substances from possessing or purchasing firearms. Well, and WAP, I'm right there with you, but there's no doubt that like this is a win for all of us. It's not all the way a win because if we go down, where's it at? And affording the government that kind of broad power to designate any group as dangerous and thereby disqualify its members from having a gun would risk allowing it to quickly swallow the Second Amendment. Yeah, well, touche. You know, I mean, this does not address efforts to ban addicts or those presently intoxicated from possessing a firearm, it says. We do not address other prophylactic? I don't even know what the fuck that means. Let's find out. What does prophylactic mean? Refers to any measure, medication, or device designed to prevent disease, infection, or harm before it occurs. Clock in, clock out. Where's your soul? System got folks half dead and old. Now just prophylactic laws Congress might adopt after determining that users of a particular drug pose a special risk of misusing firearms. We do not address 18 U.S.C. 922G1's provision disarming individuals convicted of felonies, often including drug-related ones. This is another trash thing. All right, John, we'll be here. Here's the one. All that is before us is one. If surely ambitious theory, the government maintains that it may automatically strip Mr. Himani of his Second Amendment right to possess a firearm because he uses marijuana a few times a week. More than that, because he possesses a gun despite this prohibition, the government insists that it may imprison him for 15 years and disarm him for life. Ugh. While we're trying to make we have a multi-billion dollar, $30 billion industry going on over here. This is it's a little bit gross. Let's just say it's an overstepping of power. Yeah, he never misuses a gun while intoxicated, never poses a danger to himself or others as a result of his marijuana use. He could just have the thing at his house for self-defense, but they don't know that. As the case came to us, marijuana was listed on Schedule 1, a schedule reserved for drugs with a high potential for abuse with no currently accepted medical use. But after we heard oral argument, the government moved some marijuana products to Schedule 3, a schedule that applies to drugs with a lower potential for dependence and abuse, and for which a currently accepted medical use exists. They're accepting the medical use of it. Years before that, too, the Department of Justice issued a memorandum directing federal prosecution nationwide to curtail their enforcement efforts against marijuana users, even while all marijuana products remained on Schedule 1. We've been talking about stopping this for a while. The one thing that I really disliked about this, all of which leaves it awkwardly positioned to suggest that millions of Americans who now regularly use marijuana are categorically and unusually dangerous. This is a disaster. I do not know how I feel about that. In these circumstances, marijuana use today is like alcohol use at the founding, the opinion says. It is widespread and increasingly considered socially acceptable in many quarters, and from a particular standpoint, law enforcement widely tolerates the use of marijuana, which I do believe also. No, I did not, Guap. Moral of this whole entire story. Oh, here you go. Trump administration solicitor Gerald D. John Sawyer, for his part, told the Supreme Court in a brief that people who use illegal drugs pose a greater danger than those who drink alcohol. Now, is this where it starts talking about Sam? Oh, here you go. Also in December, smart approaches to marijuana. Sam, these are the people that our friend Cole had a interview with. And 21 other prohibitionist groups filed a brief urging justices to uphold the constitutionality of the federal gun ban for people who use cannabis, which they claim is associated with violence and psychosis. Sam decried the ruling on Thursday, with the group's CEO Kevin Sabet saying the court sent the message that today's highly potent marijuana and guns go together just fine. And listen, they do. It's okay. If you don't know anything about the endocannabinoid system, what actually happens with cannabinoids is they slow the firing of certain receptors, especially those in the brain. So instead of making harsh, rash decisions, they can make a little bit more cautious, calculated decisions. What's up, Chi-Town Hi-Fi? Happy Thursday, brother. Violence and psychosis sounds like Monday morning at the start of the work week. Bro. Chi-Town gets it. Oh, hell no, Guam. Oh, that's unfortunate. God bless America. Oh. Yeah, that's this is unfortunate. They do not, he said, The research could not be more glaring, combining supercharged marijuana. They put a twin turbo on that shit. And it's getting delivered to your lung holes. Golly. Supercharged marijuana with firearms endangers families, law enforcement, and communities. Alcoholics with guns, perfectly fine. That's acceptable. It's a social norm. It's acceptable. Marijuana users with it, glaring problems, especially with the supercharged stuff. We are working now with our allies in Congress to strengthen protections against more marijuana-induced violence, consistent with today's narrow ruling. Yeah, okay. On the other side of the debate, civil rights groups, including the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, whose attorneys are among those representing Hamani, and gun organizations such as the National Rifle Association, have argued that the current policy represents a misguided, categorical infringement of Second Amendment rights for a population that uses a substance that's been legalized in a majority of states and is now being partially federally reclassified. Today, unanimous 9-0 decision makes it clear that the government cannot make it a crime for people to own a gun, which the Supreme Court has held is a fundamental constitutional right simply because they use marijuana. There you go. That's it. With nearly half of Americans reporting marijuana use at some point in their lives, this ruling protects the rights of millions and curbs the government's ability to impose arbitrary and discriminatory penalties, she said. The court has sent a strong message that the government cannot criminalize the conduct of large numbers of people by making categorical and unfounded assumptions about whether they are dangerous. We're not dangerous categorically. Americans. G13, dude. Oh, I want the G13. That was one of my favorite stuffs back in the day. But, moral of this whole entire thing, separately in April, Blanche has suggested that the Trump administration may soon stop aggressively defending 922G3, the federal law that criminalizes gun possession by people who consume marijuana and other illegal drugs. ATF also moved earlier this year to loosen rules that bar people who consume marijuana and other illegal drugs from being able to lawfully purchase and possess guns by making it so fewer people would be affected. The interim final rule, the ATF, which is currently open for public comment through June 30, seeks to update the definition of unlawful user or addicted to any controlled substance under an existing policy that has been interpreted to deny Second Amendment rights to people who have used illegal substances a single time within the past year. That's so crazy. So one time gets you barred, but it doesn't. So thank goodness. Oh. Yeah, well, I probably don't have G13. Yeah, well, that's unfortunate. But there's a lot of names that get put on things that, how do we know, right? It's hard to... I've always wondered that with seeds, too. I'm not a grower, you guys know. I don't know what it means for a grower to pick up a pack of seeds. How do you know that you are getting what they say you're getting? And we have to trust in the people that are representing what they say that you're getting. So often, a lot of times, when you get some funky name that is produced by named breeder, you will have... It's all just per the individual, right? It's hopes and prayers. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you trust the person that's doing it, or you see what the person's doing, if there's a bud structure or a, not just a stock photo that they keep stored on the computers and use as a piece of data when they grow another batch of something, right? Because that happens a lot. So, I just don't know. I've always wondered that. It's always been wild to me. This is pretty cool. The Pleo Pharma announces first patient dosed in phase 3 clinical trial for cannabis use disorder. I like clinical trials. Um, I've not read this. I'm just quickly sifting through it to see if there's anything that's really cool outside of the fact that we are. Oh, here we go. Can 004 is a phase 3 multi-center randomized double-blind placebo and active controlled study evaluating the efficacy and safety of PP01 in adults with moderate to severe cannabis use disorder who are seeking to discontinue cannabis use. The CAN 004 study builds upon positive phase 2B clinical data and is intended to support an FDA submission of a new drug application for PPO1. Additional information about CAN 004 is available at this clinicaltrials.gov. About PPO1. PPO1 is a dual mechanism of action investigational product that targets suppressed CB1 receptors and neurotransmitters, got dysregulation in the mesolimbic reward pathway. Now, I don't know what PPO1 is, but we don't need it because there are products that targets suppressed CB1 receptors and neurotransmitter dysregulation. One that you produce in your system already, it's called anandamide, and two, in the plant product version of it and not the synthesized lab version of it. So, though it's cool to see some trials going on, it's weird that they're doing it with non-cannabis, right? But at least new studies are happening. Everybody wants more science. Directly from the breeder, and that's hoping they started. They were told all the honor system through the telephone game. Wow, that's a wow. It's all the honor system through the telephone game. That's one of the best ways I've heard. Holy cow. And the only people who really have what they say that they have it's you know, like what was his name? Aryan Roscom, right? The seed hunter. Like people like that, I'm into. I don't know how much it costs to buy things. I don't know if he's directly sells shit, right? What does Aryan fucking sell his products under the name of? Y'all know? Called like the seed bank or some shit, or Landrace is the only true source. Yes. But like even then, some of the land races that existed in the past that got crossbred into certain things, like, you know, SFVOG Kush took an original Kush and mixed it with another Kush, Strain Hunter, I think, yeah, but I don't know what he sells it under. Aryan Roscom? I think his name, yeah, I think they call him Strain Hunter, maybe, or maybe that is the name of his thing. See, I mean, I guess I could find out here. Aryan Roscom. Strain Hunter. Greenhouse Seed Company. There you go. I think this is it, right? I think this is it. The King of Cannabis. Holy cow, what a title. Mad love to this guy though.
Is there something that I should know? Some handshake or some
but yeah, there you go. I don't know. I'm not a grower. And I'm grateful. Michigan universities can't study dispensary pot on campus. So MSU went mobile. Michigan State University. While cannabis is easy to access for Michigan adults, researchers have a much harder time studying it. So, what did they do when Michigan residents walk into their neighborhood cannabis dispensaries? They see rows of colorful vapes, gummies, dap pens. Dap it up, baby. Get a little one of them. One of them pows. A dap pen. Holy shit. And other products of various potencies. This is funny. Who is writing this? Bridge, Michigan. Or Bridge. They don't even know. But Michigan State University cannabis researcher sees something different. When I walk into a dispensary, I do not just see products on shelves, said an associate professor of family medicine. I see questions everywhere. Gotta question it. But she isn't allowed to answer those questions, not through conventional academic research methods at least. We don't have good measurements of cannabis because we cannot access those products being used. We cannot experiment with them because there's several federal restrictions. While annual sales topping $3 billion, Michigan is one of the largest cannabis markets per capita in the nation, except for its due to go down according to the jobs report. Did we all see that? How much is Michigan? Where is Michigan supposed to be at? Hold on, it's right here somewhere. We're gonna find out. Projections, baby. Retail forecast 2.26 billion. After last year, they hit 3.17. Holy smokies! But anyway. Related, 1 in 6 Michigan moms use weed during pregnancy, study finds. All right, so there you go. There's a lot of questions. Near impossible for researchers studying the potential positive and negative effects of cannabis to get their hands on the products people actually use. Isn't that crazy? I mean, it is. To me, where's the other one? Hold on. There's another. Oh, here you go. Look at that. On the other hand, Minnesota cannabis store owners lament testing backlog. It's getting frustrating for everyone involved. 1 of 5 cannabis testing sites in Minnesota is shutting down, citing exorbitant cost as the reason. Well, they are already behind. Now they need more of it. And the people who are supposed to be testing it and figuring it out, they can't even test it or want to test it. They're getting the hell out of the game because it costs too much. So why not allow the colleges to do it? The hell do people do in college anyway? They're testing cannabis. Yeah. Outside of the classroom. Anyway. Oh. We'll just go to a new one. It's a great song, but here we go. 7 unexpected takeaways from the newest research on cannabis and brain effects. They are laid out very nicely, I believe. Shifting potency, we know that. We know that it's increasing by quite a bit. Back in the day, the average rates of THC used to be anywhere from about maybe 3 to 7% in the best of flowers. Now we're seeing things that exceed 20% quite regularly. Obviously, with DAP pens going all the way up to 70 to 90%. Don't forget to dap it up. Overstated mental health benefits. Now, this is a reality. I do believe that there are tons of mental health benefits that come from cannabis use. I think that the way that the market is trying to frame it, where they want you to come back and buy more and more and more, and they're just raising potency, and the only thing you should buy it off of is potency, well then yes, there is overstated mental health benefits because we have the potential of causing health or mental health ramifications by overdoping. So this makes sense. Cognitive effects may vary by age, which is really, I mean, it's to be expected. Some people have higher tolerances. It tends to be while you're in the stronger years of your life that still developing right at the end to right after full development, going like starting to come down. You're in that peak mental, physical, everything. So this sounds about right, but In this study and others, Hart found that smoking cannabis had a minimal impact on accuracy of complex cognitive tasks. How about that? To Hart, the findings challenge one of the oldest assumptions about marijuana, that it inevitably drains motivation or ambition. Think of all the many people who take cannabis. Any of you take any cannabis? If you do, I'm going to smoke one with you in a minute. We'll smoke a cannabis. We'll take some cannabis daps together. You take a dap, I take a dap, baby. There are some people not motivated to do jack. Oh, I mean, thank God they didn't put a capital J on that. But that isn't because of cannabis. And there are a wide range of people who have done incredible things in the world while on cannabis. They dapped and then did incredible things, but the notion just won't die. The first trillionaire of the world, smoking some doinks, dude. How about that? On the JRE experience. Done some incredible things. Built rockets and electric cars and shot the electric cars on the face of the rockets. Come on now. Wild. All right. Researchers, well, look at this. Researchers analyzed brain scans from more than 1,000 young adults aged 22 to 36, which is about when I was talking about right into your peak or growth. You're at 26 and then slightly thereafter. Found the clearest cognitive effects appeared among heavy lifetime users, people who had used cannabis more than 1,000 times. They showed reduced brain activity during tasks of working memory, which involve holding and using information in real time, while moderate users showed far fewer differences. The findings suggest that frequency and intensity of use may matter more than occasional consumption alone. Also, recognize that I will always tell you, wait until you're 26 years of age, let your brain fully develop before using. Always use a proper amount of cannabis. It will help you avoid having negative side effects or negative long-term effects. This is the way to go about it. Notably, working memory was the only cognitive domain among 7 tested that showed a statistically significant association with heavy cannabis use, suggesting that any effects on the brain may be more targeted than wide-reaching. Oh, so when we're talking about working memory, that means like in the moment, that quick reaction. Now, when we know that, okay, so in the way that let's assume that transmitters are throwing whatever brain chemicals this way, and this is the other transmitter. It's coming from the top here and it's going down to here, okay? Well, what happens with cannabinoids and with anandamide and all that, it goes from the receptors here and kind of bind to up here, and then what it does in that regulation, it slows down the dripping or the transmission of these chemicals. You know what I mean? So like dopamine, serotonin, epinephrine, noradrenaline. We're talking about the exchange being altered by what's already naturally occurring, right? And our system already uses this response, okay? This, which is when we put cannabinoids in there, they bind down here, and then what they do when they're needed, when this is overfiring, they come up and they go, hey, calm down, and then it slows down. So, and that's what naturally endocannabinoids are doing too. They're kind of getting into the extreme of things and saying, slow it down. It's a regulatory system. It's meant to keep homeostasis, okay? So, teenage brains appear most vulnerable. Studies going back decades have found that adolescents who use cannabis regularly tend to earn lower grades and graduate from high school at lower rates, a pattern sometimes referred to as amotivational syndrome. We didn't see it in the adult brain, it was only the adolescent brain. In February, a JAMA Health Forum studied the study that followed roughly 460,000 adolescents aged 13 to 17 into young adulthood found that using cannabis in the previous year was associated with double the risk of later psychotic disorders and bipolar disorders when they reach age 26. This is why I'm trying to tell you, you should not do it prior to the age of 26. The thing is, if those people who were using it pre 26 were using it correctly and not overusing it, because there is a very nice crutch that happens, and because when we overuse cannabis, there is a very nice fuck it all that comes from the experience. So there is this chasing a dragon that's going on that is unnecessary, especially if somebody was guided correctly. But so we all know about this. We understand, like I said, up until 26, chance of a cognitive rebound. The idea of taking a tolerance break, a temporary pause in cannabis use, has long been popular among regular users. Over time, the body can become less responsive to THC, the psychoactive compound in cannabis, meaning people may may need larger amounts to achieve the same effects, is what I'm saying, chasing a dragon, right? Many long-term users notice that cannabis feels less potent than it once did, even as their consumption increases. The field remains complicated because many studies are small, and it can be difficult to separate the effect of cannabis from those of alcohol, nicotine, and other substances. So a lot of the studies that have gone on don't take into consideration all of these other mild intoxicants and what effects they might have on the use of cannabis. A 2021 review published in Current Behavioral Neuroscience Reports found that some cognitive deficits associated with cannabis use, particularly those involving attention and working memory, may improve after sustained abstinence, especially among adults and lighter users. Similarly, a 2018 study in the journal The International Neurophysiological Society found that adolescents and young adults who abstained from cannabis for 2 weeks showed measurable improvements in attention. I'm on board with this, actually. I do believe, and that's why there are some times of taking breaks is not a bad idea. It will reset your system in a bunch more ways than one. And what we might find out is that the more that we don't use, the less that we need. And that, I think that when this happens at a massive scale, the numbers of people who are employed or users, it's going to hit this market. This market is peaked already. It's done. It will get bigger in the idea that people in other states that don't have legal markets in their state will gain markets. But that will shrink other markets that are close by, because there will still be border folks that are jumping borders and grabbing their product and just coming home. So all of those markets take a hit when these other markets come on board. I believe that a lot more stagnation is coming for the cannabis industry than growth. There are ways that they can solve that, but it's done in a totally different way. There needs to be a massive overhaul in the way that cannabis is represented at the front lines, at the corporate level, through marketing. And until that happens, there will be people that will sustain businesses, and there will be people that open businesses, and it'll be okay. But we've got companies that are hundreds of millions of dollars in debt, and they make not that much money a year. So there's a lot of weirdness going on, right? More in the tax side of debt, but also in the private sector of debt. Like, they're taking private loans because you can't get massive loans from any other outside sources. But anyway, signs of protecting older brains. How about that? So it's hurting the younger ones, possibly, but then we have signs of protecting older brains. Scientists are increasingly exploring whether certain cannabinoids might help protect aging brains by reducing inflammation and cellular stress. Wow, look at that. process is believed to play a role in diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. The research is still early, and most of the evidence comes from laboratory studies rather than human trials. I'm so into human trials. Let me be a human trial. I will consume cannabis for you. Don't give me the placebo. I want the real one. But how do you placebo cannabis when the main method of ingestion is inhalation? Now, granted, could you do it through pills and things of that nature? You can, but you're not going to get the same results when more than 50% of cannabis consumption is inhalation. While it's only like there's tons of other possibilities, right? We've got sublingual, so tinctures and oral, RSOs. We also have Sean Whitney. Happy Thursday, brother. Love you, man. We've got edibles. Okay, we've got topicals, we've got transdermals, we've got suppositories. Those are 5 other categories of ingestibles. There's people that have made nasal sprays. I mean, that kind of goes into the like mucosal side, like more of the sublingual, hitting your, other receptors. So there's tons of ways of ingestion. But the main one we are not even able to use in a blind study because people how you would tell the difference between placebo and non-placebo. You sure as hell ain't giving me some placebo weed, some stage weed, and then gonna go, okay, here you go. Do you feel it or don't you? I know you don't, so well, I'll know. Anyway, I love this. There are signs of it protecting older brains. Especially in, I really do like what the potentials are for Parkinson's and Alzheimer's as well. Those are diseases that suck if you've ever seen it. I'm sure a lot of us have. The deterioration blows, and to give them any level of relief, especially something they can grab for, take a quick puff of, and within 1 to 5 minutes, their symptoms have decreased by a substantial amount. So, anyway. A 2024 study from the Salk Institution drew attention for its focus on a little-known cannabinoid called cannabinol, or CBN. It's little known. All of you know it because I talk about it a lot, which forms as THC ages and breaks down over time. The researchers studied a form of cell death. So, like, CBN is good because it's helping people sleep. There are other benefits to it, but for a lot of these people, Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, their sleep cycles suck. So, the researchers studied a form of cell death that has increasingly linked to neurodegenerative disease. In conditions such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, neurons often begin to die after their mitochondria, the tiny structures that produce energy inside cells, stop functioning properly. Using mouse neurons, human brain cell cultures, and fruit fly models, the Salk team found that CBN appeared to help protect neurons. Oh, so there you go. Even more so than sleeping, it's protecting the neurons. By preserving mitochondrial function and reducing oxidative stress, a damaging process associated with aging and neurodegeneration. And I wonder how much of that is, again, by sleeping. Sleeping is one of the best medicines that all of us use. So the findings generated excitement among some researchers because they suggested stabilizing those cellular energy systems might someday help slow aspects of neurodegenerative decline, but scientists caution that the work remains far from proving that cannabis-derived products can prevent dementia or Parkinson's disease in humans, as we've noted. And it's crazy that they went from saying dementia to Alzheimer's to dementia. They're not interchangeable. They are two different things. They do carry some similar processes or experiences, but they're not the same. Setting boundaries matters. Oh my goodness, how about it? Researchers study cannabis have noted that while some users develop problematic patterns of use, most do not. Here you go. Problematic patterns of use. How often do you have to consume cannabis for people to go, oh, that's problematic? This led scientists to ask what successful users do differently. What successful users do differently? That's a great question. The idea stems from the long-standing drug set and setting theory. This, which argues that a person's experience with a substance is shaped not only by the drug itself, but also by their mindset and the environment in which they use it. We've all been saying that for a long time. If you go into cannabis scared, you will be scared with the results of cannabis. If you go into cannabis open-minded, you will be having a better experience. If you're in a setting like your home where you have all the food that you might need, all the water that you might need, you got entertainment, television, you got everything that you need. So set and setting, where your mindset is and where you're at, make a huge difference for your use. But there you go. Seven things that we should see that were unexpected takeaway. Cannabis caution as study finds increased psychosis risk for young people. Did you see what we just came through? There is in younger folks, puff pass with your pussy. Yeah, you know what? I'm into that. Let's do a puff. I'm down. Cannabis caution as study finds psychosis risk for young people. Well, it's because they're misusing this thing. A lot of young people only have access to cannabis dap pens, those scary daps, you know, so you got to watch out for what they're dapping on, you know? But I'm not going to beat a dead horse here. Compounding the risk, about 1 in 3 people ages 15 to 25. Well, it was 1 in 2 a few minutes ago, from 22 to 36. Develop cannabis use disorder. Wow. Meaning they struggle to control their use even when it causes harm. Yeah. But why would you keep allowing yourself to be caused harm by something? Well, the answer is that it's less harmful than it is beneficial. The reason why people are using and the benefits that they're getting from it outweigh the depression or anxiety that they feel from the overuse of the thing. And now, again, like I said, with the potency of the DAP pens and people only having the DAPs. What, you know what I mean? Puff dap, you know? Slap a little dap. I am currently smoking Mandarin Skittles. Mandarin Z, whatever. Dabbing. Or dapping, dude. D-A-P. That's what one of the articles that I was reading earlier said dap. And now I can't stop saying it. I feel like I probably sound like a moron if anybody here doesn't know that I'm not a moron. But I think all of you know that I'm not. Or ideally, you hope I... well, you know what I'm saying. Dap it up with me. Alright, so... more seniors are using cannabis. Utah and Colorado researchers want to know why. What we just saw. It's helping their cognition. It's helping the neurodegeneration. It's slowing neurodegeneration and allowing people to think in a different state. Instead of overexhausting your neurons by overfiring them for, 50 plus years, and it's been that long now that things have just been tits up, I think since the 70s, while the prohibition of all the stuff, and it might even have been late 60s, whatever, but you could only imagine what 50 years of overuse. I'm also charging this up, so y'all get something ready. Cheers to all of you. I love you guys. but more seniors are using it because duh. We don't even need to go into a lot of, I don't even need to read that. You know what? I can tell you what it says. Duh. That's why. Of course they do. Wouldn't you? Would you rather, as an old person who runs the risk of falling down and breaking their hips or whatever, breaking their hips, then falling down, whatever they're doing, would you rather that they drink a bunch of alcohol to suppress their anxieties, depressions, pains, whatever it is, or would you rather them just all be on the medications that also make you feel like a zombie and not in control? Or should they be on cannabis and feel in control with small amounts of use, have neuro slowing so that they have neuroregulation pretty much, so that they don't have an overfiring of neurons and a consistency? I think we should consider that. But the DEA selects only cannabis foes to participate in marijuana rescheduling hearing. Don't worry about what that all says right there. Let's just look at who they're allowing into the rescheduling hearing, which is wild. National Drug and Alcohol Screening Association, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, Smart Approaches to Marijuana, the state of Nebraska, Idaho, Indiana, and Louisiana, PUID Victim Voices, I don't know, Kennethan, MD, medical doctor, Philip A. Drum, PharmaD. Anyway, long story short, people who are benefited by not having cannabis decriminalized are the people who will be in the rescheduling hearing. So, yay. As we've seen in many other instances of governance, this one probably isn't going to go as well as the rest of them do either. You know what I mean? Just going to be another blunder. We'll see. Cannabis stocks pop as another U.S. company applies to list on the New York Stock Exchange again. Watch out, y'all. Be careful with what you spend your money on. Buying certain shares of a company is an okay thing to do. Doing so because other people are doing it or because other companies are doing it, madness. I would maybe not do that. Cannabis commercialization, not decriminalization, drives up usage, study finds. More people having access to it is driving up the usage. Okay? So if we have uneducated people, what the fuck are we? Strings of simplicity. Go to another one. One hit for the world. I like that. Cannabis commercialization, not decriminalization, drives up usage. Wake up the roots, shake off the lies, light up the truth and legalize. A little green, a lot of soul. Nice, Sean. Hell yeah. I'm a fan of that. And I like karaoke too, so oh my Jesus. Cheers, my friends. Appreciate the hell out of all of you. You knew how good it is for you way back. Yeah, well, okay, so this here is why you're not going to have growth in the industry, okay? Cannabis commercialization, not decriminalization. So people are going to continue to be criminalized, okay? As we've seen, people are at a rate higher this year than last year, or last year for the first time 2025 grew over 2024 for the criminalization of cannabis possession. Cannabis cases are coming at new highs. So maybe not of all time, but year over year, which is crazy. So more people are going to have access to it. They're not going to know how to use it. They're going to have adverse side effects that make them feel uncomfortable. So there's no chance that they keep going back to it. The other thing is, too, people are going to try to use it, and then they're going to become criminals from using it, though they have the commercial access to it. You see, like, there's going to be so much driving away from this. It's the people like you and I who they should be catering this industry to. And you and I, all of you listening here, I don't, though some of us use the market very minimally and for what we need, we use it at a pretty chilled out rate, right? Some people are a little bit more aggressive and have a little bit more expendable funds so they can keep a little bit more on hand or whatever, or they use a little bit more freely. They're a little more generous to their friends when they're around for consumption wise, but they should be catering to the people who consume cannabis. Not. They're trying to start a whole new market. They want to build a whole new customer base. They're trying to be I literally can't tell you. I've worked in three different cannabis companies now. Almost four, let's call it, because one was kind of a dual citizenship, we'll say. Yeah, they're it's just not. It's just not. Mr. Rourke will be right here waiting for you. I'll always smoke with my friends. Last I got or not. 100%. The Jeters will get them in. For now. But, what was I saying, though? I was talking something about it, but then I remember it hit me, and now I'm feeling... Oh, what was that one study saying? The working memory. Fuck, I'm ruining my working memory. I'm not mad about it. Donuts!
They build their towers, we break the chains. While they preach control, we spark our brains. No faith
But yeah.
no trust in suits.
Long story short,
Lies made to keep us blind and small.
I don't know why they don't cater a little more closely to the people who have been using cannabis for their entire life. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. All the four companies that I worked for, every single one of them had this idea, and they used to say it all the time. We want to be the iPhone store of cannabis. We want to be the Cheesecake Factory of cannabis. Y'all been to the Cheesecake Factory? Their menu is ridiculous. It's unnecessary. It's hard as shit to pick something out at the Cheesecake Factory. You start to go, oh, there's all this stuff. And have you ever been there? Their food sucks. Their food is dog water. I've been to Cheesecake Factory 3 times in my... Everybody goes, well, the cheesecake's okay. Yeah, it's overpriced cheesecake. What are we talking about? Well, they got a lot of fancy flavors. Well, a lot of people who make cheesecake make fancy flavored cheesecake. Hell, if you got a fucking couple of bars of cream cheese, you go do it yourself. What are we talking about? Mac and cheese. Oh my god. Dude, I had mac and cheese last night. I had tortellini, 5 cheese tortellini tonight with an Alfredo. I probably should not do pasta tomorrow, although I love that stuff.
Don't feel guilty to feel good, fam. You deserve the light, the laugh, the jam. No preacher, no system, no badge, no brand. Can tell you how to feel or where to stand. You're free.
It's the worst out there for you, mac and cheese?
So take the hit.
Are we talking about the Kraft Blue Box? You love that stuff. I know you're not supposed to say that, but I do. I'm a sucker for a mean Kraft Blue Box, you know? Oh, yeah, fucking A right, John. You're 100% it. Well, and that's literally it. So every time that I've been to the fucking Cheesecake Factory, I've gone, okay, guess I'll have the Cajun pasta. Guess I'll have the mac and cheese. You know what I mean? Like, it's just you go back to some basic something that is terrible. Yeah, you're 1,000% right. And then, what about this? Because I did this once. I forget what they told me. It was a pasta dish. Been there 3 times. I think I've had pasta every time. Um, Maybe it wasn't. I don't remember. I asked the server, "Oh, what's great here?" "Oh, every time I'm here, I eat the Cajun pasta." And I'm like, "Fire! I'll have the Cajun pasta then." And then, it's just like, oh well, it ends up being like the worst thing that I've ever had. So it's the same thing with the cannabis industry. Like, you can run into somebody who can suggest their favorite thing in the world. Oh, it's the best. We sell so much of it. And then it ends up being trash anyway. So they're winning. They've done it. They've made the Cheesecake Factory. Touche, dude. That's the other thing too. Their food does. Yeah, thank you. But and you're right. Maybe they've got a steak on the menu, like a fillet or something that's fire. Maybe they've got some, but like, do you want to spend the same amount of money to buy a steak or get the pasta, the cheesecake, the drink, and everything for the same price as a steak? And I think it's the same thing at the cannabis industry. Are people coming in and going, okay, give me the redemption. I know it's the most expensive, but I'll take it. And redemption might not even be the most expensive. I don't really know, but they're the best. Or are they going, oh, high supply is on sale again, and I can get a quad of some shake, a couple of joints, and a 10-pack of gummies, and my experience feels that much better comparatively to just getting the one steak. You know what I mean? Like, there's a real direct correlation. Dude, I've been a server that can't afford the awesome meals. Okay, hold on. John, Ozzy for a Honda. Yeah. John, 2 for 2 now. Oh, okay. John, let me tell you. Oh, that's right, because they doubled, dude. They doubled. Oh. Horns. Wow. I used to work at the turf room. I remember calling my dad one time and I was talking to him and he goes, "Wow, son, you work at the turf room. That's really good. You got to be making a fuck ton of money." And I said, "I make whatever it was at the time, $7 an hour plus tips or some shit." And he was like, "Holy cow." I said, "Yeah, I literally walked $100 and something steak out to a guy the other day, knowing full well that I was going home to eat fucking Kraft mac and cheese." I said, I am serving people their $100 plus steak so I can go home and eat Kraft mac and cheese. My dad laughed his ass off for a minute. He goes, "Dude, this is sad, man." I was like, "No, what are we talking about? Of course it is terrible." Oh, you can make some good money at the old turf room, dude. You slay over there. If you can get into that place, you should. They told me that I could get a job again if I shaved my beard and cut my hair. And I laughed right at him. I said, "I love you guys." I gave him a hug and then left again. 1,000. Yeah, when I was doing Windows, I worked on a few fucking mansions. I worked on a couple of big ass houses. And exactly like you're saying, I mean, I was doing work on multi-million-dollar fucking houses so that I could top ramen it up. And this was back in the day when I would eat some top ramen. You know? But yeah. Dude, no, I didn't, because I didn't get a job, because your boss hates me. That's what happened. Aren't you the boss now? Can't you give me a goddamn job, dude? What the hell is this? You know what? Travesty. Travis Shamockery is what this is. Real Young Knight, what are you doing, dude? Hire me too, what's up? Yeah, dude. The fuck? Dude, Pineapple Express, dude. That's alright. I like Pineapple Express. I was a fan of that. Choo choo! You know what? I'll smoke this thing with y'all. Cheers. Now because I've had enough cannabis and I feel good enough about inhibitionless enough to talk about whatever the hell. Not shit. I'm just chilling here talking to my homies, my friends and shit. My friends, man. Dude, now we're on some show and tell. I'm gonna show y'all and tell you about it really quick. So these are freeze-dried fucking ice cream sandwiches. We made a new batch of it. Oh, look at that. No, that one right there. You see how it's got split? We did some Neapolitan ones and then cut along the flavor stripe, okay? Dude. I owe you what? Dude. Probably do. I got some. See it right here. Got a couple of them. We got Neapolitan. Got straight chocolate. Straight vanilla. Straight strawberry. Some Oreo. And then yeah, vanilla is the regular one. No? Wow. I do owe you $5. That is a true story. You know what? If it's in my pocket, dude. Oh, this song. Look at that. $5 holler. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I got a review for you. Let's hear it. I like reviews. You gonna get reported? No, that'll happen, dude. Bodime, what's good, dude? I mean, Come give you some money. Oh, nice. How long is he in there till? Um, what else is going on? Oh, dude, did you? Hold on, let's see. Can I? Flight operator. No pending invites. Oh, that means you are on there. You know what? I need to have. Oh, nice. What GTA 6? He said the old disty. Legend has it he was never gone. That's the was he ever here at all? Maybe. Another great story. Another great question. Wop, did you get the tags thing? I wonder if that's a company that's trying to get a dispo out there. Oh, you signed up. Good. Doopa doopa. Do you did you play with it? You know, I don't know if you're supposed to ask other men that shit. Did you have time to fuck around with it? I'll show you a few things about it. I can edit everything from over here anyway, so no sweat. And if you can think of any like functionality that makes sense. Yeah. Dude, you know what? You got your certificate? You got to get a certificate for that. No, I do. I got a certificate somewhere. I printed it. You remember that? Oh my god, dude, you're sending me back right now. I got the certificate somewhere. No, I know. I do. I printed the certificate when, now this is like 2024. John's got a certificate too. I know it for fact. He has to have the certificate. Got to be done in the first month. The harassment one. Got to get a certificate and a license. But yeah, thank you, if you don't mind. What do you mean you want to be able to add by name? Because, so you can add by name. Like if you click off, okay, you're in a new event. Sweet. I see it. I can see it on my side. because I have it all tied together, so we're all seeing the same shit. Yeah? I don't know if I'm gonna break it by touching it while you're in it.
People just walking in front of me like we were recording.
Oh, well, while you're in the latest event. Oh, okay. So, have the ability. So to go to the player's page.
People are people. None of
It's a lot of extra work instead of just typing a few letters, no?
Competence. It's far more likely that they are all in their own worlds, doing their own thing.
Because, like.
They're not paying attention.
All right. Really quick. Sorry. I'm in the same program as you are. I have like just the edit and delete buttons. This is all like admin side shit so that I can mess if the ace were to be weird. Okay, so in a test, it does auto populate. So like if I go to put, there you go. Boom. And then if you click off of it, okay, theoretically, let's say a new guy named Dave comes through, kick him out. Too many. You just saw we got 2 of them. Third one, he's out. No. Actually, my David A can come in. But so anyway, if let's say Dave comes in, you just click off anywhere on the outside, and then you just give him a new tag number, 111 or something like that. I'll do tag only so that it doesn't mess with the ace pots. But if I hit check in here, Bob Ross, dude. Oh, we could write wild shit back and forth. Anyway, Dave's not here, man. Now, until we finalize this, these people don't exist in the players list. I don't want to go flash everybody's name. I don't know how many people are sensitive. There's not like a million people in here watching this anyway. But so if you go to the players list right now, you'll see that they have not been added to new players. The reason for that is, now that this is there, look, we go to scores. When we choose to export or import the XLS file, SLSX file. Yeah, Bear, what's up, brother? Happy Thursday. God, I missed you last week. I was talking about you and you weren't here. You know what I was saying? Awesome guy. Anyway, if you import this thing here, the names need to match up to their UDisk name. So whatever their name says on the sheet, you will just come back into check-in and you will edit that player's name. So like, if he doesn't have Bob Ross as his name, but he says Robert, all right? Now, Robert Ross, all right, you hit save, and then it will just tag that. You would put, you're such a... I would have done it too. I would have put boob, to be honest with you, just because that's... So you go from here. Now, look at this. You put all, okay? So that all will add, if you go to standings, you can see on the right side, the starting ace pot was, but after tonight's check-ins and shit, this is what it is. This will not update outside of the app out here on this until you finalize that event. Now, the way to finalize said event is to go to the scores page, import that XLSS. You could just fucking, let's do this for sake, okay? Once you enter the thing, you can finalize the night and save the tag out. And then once you do that, though, it'll create all 3 of those names as players. So doesn't matter, but it will also filter everybody and give them tags. If I go to players, I can just delete whoever, you know? So
Can you hear us? Now summertime's here, babe, need something to keep you cool.
that's right. And then, you know, I could always theoretically come in here and then just mess with...
I'll tell you what it is.
this while it's going on, or other people with access to it theoretically can, but supposedly now what? Oh, you know what? Keep that one open. Since you started that, hold on. Let me see. I'm going to sign in with my non-admin account. Everybody who, if you'd like to chat about something else besides the Tags app, let me know. But this has been a lot of fun for me, honestly. All right. Let me log out of this one and let me log in with my other account. Nope.
Wait a second, I got one more. Well, I'm usually passing by just about 11 o'clock. See, I never stop. I'm usually passing by.
All right. So if I go to Thursday.
And if you let me cool you one time, you'll be my
Oh, see, I can click on it, but I cannot edit anybody's names. I can't touch anything. I'm in view only on this other account. I cannot even finalize the round. This is cool. I like that. I said, like, you can't mess with an event that isn't yours. I could, with my admin account, I can do anything, you know, like delete, but... yeah. I'm pretty pumped about this thing. There's a lot of, like, functionality that can still be built into it. Obviously, like, I want to do, you know, I'd like, oh, it kicked me out. And look at that, sucker. I want to change the face right there. That's actually one of my next things. I just want that to be the Tags plugin, or the club logo. I believe, well, your tag should still be in the box. And yes, I did import everybody from Udisc from the first day that I started selling tags. So that should be everybody that has a tag. I think there are 3 of them that are excess. Okay. So there should be 3 numbers higher than number of players that are in the player list. One's a lost one. One is given to the same guy every year, and then the other one, yeah. Let's just say the real young knight is the culprit there. All right. I'm not saying, but I'm saying it's his fault. Oh, get it, Gare? Yeah. Yeah. Go on, Gare! Dude, that's fucking awesome. Please do. But... yeah, I mean, he probably will have to by the time it's all said and done. That requires me doing some stuff, too. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, we're 3 months in. In another 4 months, how many could we sell? I mean, shit, dude. You're right. I mean, we might hit closer to 140, 150. I think last year we got to about 1. Oh, we might have come closer to 120. Yeah, 50 is realistic. We probably will need another 25 to, yeah, 50 tags by the time. Yeah, they're super dope.
Rip dance party countdowns. Sorry, what is life about? I heard that sentence. The million man race, we are one before birth. I let my cat hula whip it, Lucy happy. Don't mess around and we'd be good. When biscuit, deep breath. I'm gonna visit mom soon. I only season.
Holy shit, Gary, this is your song.
Sorry for the spam, but if you add soy sauce, it's nice. Tits make me deaf. My friend got a breast reduction. I cried and told her.
Dude, R.I.P. Dance Party Countdowns is the name of this. The Guapo.
2 fruits, piece of bread, and 1 meal for dinner. Should have kept the fingers. You mean crease peepers? Sup, peacekeepers. Braced holding champs in the house. Vibrations. Tits might rip one with the good old boys if the love is strong. If you don't grow salts, you don't have to flush with Charmin. So you don't have any clingers. The poison was heavy and I only drank half the cup. I saw the spaceship though it was crazy. Urine taste
Yeah.
tests can determine the
So
sanity people
that's
don't
about
need.
the moral of the story. Is there anything exciting going on out there by any of you? The cannabis world, as we saw today, it's possession of firearms and cannabis we've been ruled in favor of a little bit of some liberties, which is nice.
Gary Cornett rocks.
Um,
So 2024, 15 minutes is the minimum. Nebraska. Eat coffee. All things in this life are great in moderation. Fire ice and no
But I'm
pubic
talking
lice. Now
here.
you have to refresh sometimes. I need a kick in the bag though. Mahalo,
I feel like, you know what?
I'm like, what he said. I'm like,
Dude,
what he said. What he said. What he said. Hey, what he said. He said he a thriller. He said he a gangster. He said he a clobber.
I was just thinking about, like, what if I should put a lot of these songs somewhere where all of you have access to it if you'd ever want to listen to this stuff. Because a lot of you were part of the making of some of these things. Like, so I should probably figure out how to separate the ones that were made for, like, the stream and, yeah, that's wild. And then I was thinking about it, I was like, man, I should just build my own app for that. Just a little music hosting thing where I can host some music. Y'all can just go in there and listen to it anytime you want. There was for a minute there, Sean. That was really what was going on. I was like, wait a minute. I wonder if I could just put it into like a thing that everybody could go on to and just listen to whatever they want whenever they want to. Yeah. All right, Sean. Yeah. Oh. I really do feel like I could probably make an overlay of sorts that, you know, follows my head, and I could like click a button, bingo bango, you know what I mean?
I don't wanna talk and talk to me. Dummies talk too much. Don't come around talking about shit I did, don't saying nothing. Dummies scared eyes, all I did was look and he ran from me. He had ran away.
Yeah, that's it. Cannabis space is, it's still cannabis, man. I love this stuff. I would love it more if the same level of, you know, and I think that's why I love the fuck out of all of you a little bit more too, is because you let me rant my ideas about this plant that you all don't have to. You do whatever you want, whenever you want, no matter what, right? But you let me rant about this plant in a way that, you know, I was talking about it the other day. I'm like, I feel like I say a lot of the same shit over and over again, but it's just that style of like my thought process on how the plant should be represented. And I think that there's a better space for it to be, a better light for it to be presented in. And yeah, I love cannabis, and I wish that everybody else knew why I loved cannabis as much as I do. I did before I went on a 10-year plus cannabis journey, right? I've worked in and out of the industry for the last 10 years. I love it and hate them all at the same time. Like I think I survived a lot of the days by the people around me, and being able to share in this level of, you know, dopeness, right? There's a connection and a commonality in a thing that we've seen do some really cool shit for other people. And we just want to represent that shit, and that shit is not shit. It's cannabis. It's one of the coolest plants in the world. And it sucks that there's a guilt that still is associated with it. It sucks that there's still the possibility of people being criminalized for it, including you and I. We still, granted, that is why I try my best to talk also about the laws and things, because that affects how we're able to possess, be in possession of, consume, where we can consume, how we can consume, how much can we have, you know, the hows, whens, wheres, whats, and whys. Though I think some of that everybody goes, well, it's common knowledge. Well, it's as common knowledge to us as the guy who was rolling his blunt on the CTA last week and got, you know, incriminated through the process. Now, granted, do I think that that's a little bit excessive? Of course. I don't know that you couldn't wait long enough to roll your doob up, whatever, to get off the train, and you'd rather just do it in public. Well, we all know cannabis smells, and people are offended by it. There is this place where you can go, well, fuck them, but that's like a bad thing to do all the time. We could very easily just represent this thing in a way that gives it more respect, though. And I promise y'all, when I've looked into I think this is where the thing is, right? Like, I was called an empath a couple of times during my journey. And honestly, the first time it happened, I thought the person was like, I thought it was weird. I didn't know that it meant what it meant. And then literally within a couple of weeks later, somebody else said, do you know, you're kind of like an empath? And I said, can I say something? I don't know what that means. And they're, oh, it's empathy. I'm like, oh, okay. They're like, well, you exude a ton of empathy. I said, oh, well, I appreciate that, but it's more that I try my best to put myself in your shoes. And the amount of people that I put myself in their shoes and got that human look back from them, where it was like, I'll do fucking anything. I'm going through the shittiest of the shit times of my life, and there's nothing there that is giving me the edge to feel less harmed than bad, right? Like I feel shitty all the time. So what is it? And by representing cannabis in a positive light and representing proper use, there were some people that had some unbelievably cool results. And if you could see in the eyes of these people, like I said, it's empathy. It's purely just empathy.
Thank you.
But when you see that look in their eyes where it's like, I'm desperate, and then you see that next look in their eyes that is, I've been fulfilled in a way that empowers me. I don't know if there's anything better. And I love this fucking plant for it.
We're gonna do a beach song for you all. And we'll dedicate it to everybody who's got a little bit of sand in their
Dude,
beaches tonight.
I'm in path.
And come on out.
I'm on a different path, thanks. Well, and that's it. I want everybody to carve out their own path, do whatever.
We'll do another summertime tune for you all. Now we had
I
to
just
retire
think
this
that
one.
the humanization that comes from
We had to retire this one because of the winter months coming around.
the somebody who's suffering, and then the humanization that comes from somebody thoroughly enjoying and feeling
Ice cream man is coming.
empowered and productive and whatever. Like I said, it there's this human thing about it that is so grounding and so much more gratifying than any paycheck that exists. Don't get me wrong, would I take a few fat paychecks and then get the hell out of the way so that I could help as many people as I could? Absolutely. But it's never been. I think it started off being because I thought, oh, I'm going to make a ton of money, or I'm going to be part of this booming industry or whatever. And that's all let me down multiple times over. But man, some of the people that did actually end up getting benefited by it, it's all worth the time and it's all worth the effort. And I know a lot of you aren't the people that are seeking that level of help, but I will keep preaching it because, man, does it make a difference.
Wait a second.
I mean, maybe not for you and I in our individual lives, whatever, but for somebody else out there, it does. And hopefully you can help these people the next time you see them and they ask questions, or you know where to point them in the direction of, and I would be happier to help them than anything. So, our mission's to fight to be free again, to stand our ground and to be immortal. This is our mission, so here we stand. We have the right to be ourselves again. But, yeah. Anything else that anybody else would like to chat about? I'd love to do it. If not, I'll probably smoke another one and we'll call it a day. I'll go back and build on the app a little bit. I was thinking about building a new app. Can I snag all your guys' brains for a minute, maybe? There's a few things. I'd like to maybe create a game that we all could play at the same time, where multiple people can log in and we could all play on the stream. I wanted to make it kind of weed-centric, but I don't know how necessarily. And I don't know if, you know, I mean, obviously there's games that like Fun Run. I don't know if y'all ever played some Fun Run in your day. That shit was fire, though. You were like little different characters, and then you got little weapons, and you shot each other with saw blades or fireballs or whatever the hell it was, and you were jumping and speeding up. It was kind of a race between whatever little furry creatures you were. I think I was a fox or something. And, you know, anyway, Fun Run, great. But multiple people can play it at the same time. Same shit with like, yeah, there's a really cool first-person shooter phone game that I used to play, and it actually didn't make me motion sick, but I'm thinking about making some games or something that we could play here on stream. And I'm just thinking about what types of games. You know, like a weed thing would be fun. But what kind of weed thing? You know, there used to be this game where like you started off with like $10,000 and there was a map of a couple of different cities, and you would jump into a city and you could purchase any category of drugs or whatever with the money that you had. You had to build up your loot over from going from city to city. There was a potential of getting caught by cops or something, and then you had to do like, I don't remember how it all played out, and I thought about kind of redoing something like that, but making it competitive of some sorts. Oh, god damn, Gare. Fucking Nostragarius over here. You carve your path. Remember, sometimes you just need to take the seat. Cheers, you cool cats and peacekeepers. Gary, I appreciate the hell out of that, honestly. You're a good man. Yeah, you know, don't you want to think weed? I like this song. Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, I love you too, Gary. Fuck yeah. That's a whop. 1000%. My kind of people there. Just here for the good time, you know? And honestly, that's the other thing is like, take the scenic route. Enjoy this shit. It's beautiful out there. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on in the world. I saw a bunch of deer today. I saw a couple of snakes. I don't like snakes. They make my heart race every time I see them. But I think that's kind of more animalistic. I don't run away as much as I used to. I used to like, ooh, and then run. Now I just, ooh, without running. But yeah, it's crazy. Beautiful scenery. Unbelievable humans to interact with. Golly, do I love people. Some good ones out there. Gary's one of them.
Don't you want my dank weed? Don't you miss the OG flavor? Don't you want my dank weed?
I felt the same about the poison ivy. Dude, yeah, I know. Oh, bro. I was driving home and I had like a little itch in my eye. And I was like, oh my God, dude, I got it now. Oh my God. He said, I'm all itchy too. Yeah, no, I'm just over here scratching and shit because of it. I started to feel a little itch in my eye and I was like, oh shit. And then my fingers, I was like, is it on my hands? And then I was like, well, I'll just rub it with my arm. And I was like, wait a minute, is it on my fucking arms? Like, holy shit, what can I do? I did have some like hand sanitizer, so I sprayed a little bit on my fingers right there. And then like I let it sit for a minute. I was gonna go in wet still, dude. I let it sit for a minute, kind of air dry. I didn't even want to mush it around because I don't know if you're just smearing shit. Who knows, dude? But moral of the story was I finally itched my eye, and I was like, wild. I'm just as long as you scrub, yeah.
Back in the day, I could hoop, I could hit. Quarterback spiral, yeah, I lived off that shit. Soccer, baseball, every game I was
song
king.
is like a
Saw some
disc golf
J's,
song.
thought I can do this thing. Look easy enough, just a frisbee toss. Couple throws later, I was hooked and lost. Bought a starter pack, then a driver or three. Now I'm 10 this deep, and it's only week 3. Next came the bag, then the shoes with the grip. Car with a seat like a road trip whip. Polo shirt tucked, cap snug on my dome. Spend my rent check at the pro shop home. Someday I'll be
Jesus. Dude, it's been a while since I've listened to this song. Watch out, Ken and Paul, cause here I come. But yeah, if y'all and obviously I don't need anybody to respond now, but I did throw this out here as a topic that we can either conversate on, or if you guys come back to me at any point and you can think of it, I do really want to. No. What is that? What kind of pot? You're talking about what you put an aloe vera plant in. Aloe vera. Watch out, Ken and Paul, cause here I come. Oh, dude, I know all about boiled eggs. I think you're supposed to keep one of those around as snacks. Oh, let me tell you what. So I had this, I freeze dried some, I'm going back to this. I just thought about it because you said boiled egg. I freeze dried some chicken the other day. I freeze dried eggs the other day too, but I haven't eaten them yet. I freeze dried some chicken and I reconstituted it, put it in the water, and let it suck up. But it was like a smoked chicken, so it had a little bit of a smoke flavor to it with some seasoning on it. Bro, it will get you, dude. Pineapple Express, dude. But yeah, so I fucking reconstitute the chicken. You put it in water, then you run the water off, and I think what happened was it kind of just wiped a little bit of the flavor off. It was fine. Everything. It was chicken. There was nothing wrong with it. But then I was high enough the other day that I was looking at the bag of fucking freeze-dried chicken, and I opened it up and I smelled it, and it smelled like smoked chicken, and it looked like smoked chicken. And then my brilliant idea was, well, I'm gonna eat this right now, just a little tiny bit, and see what happens, like dry. Ooh. Don't eat freeze-dried chicken. Just dry. Put the water on it, and then microwave back up or whatever. But yeah, don't eat the chicken straight. It kind of had a very dog foodie thing going on. It was really gross. I took about two or three of those right there, and then I had to get that out. But I do got fucking freeze-dried ice cream bars here. Eat the fuck out of these. These are fire. Here's hoping you're swell. Real Young Knight, can you think about this with me too? I want to make a game that we can all play together from our phones, so we would all pretty much log into the same platform. Now, granted, Disc Golf Valley is already created. I can't make it. And there's a lot more programming going on in that than I have time to do necessarily. But, oh, let's hear it. I like ideas. Come up with an idea of what we can do. Doggy biscuit? No, rubber biscuit. Make a button smashing game? Yeah, I'm into that.
Make sure your face is clean now. Can't have no dirty debt.
Ookie cookie.
Here are clean, boy. All the Yanks in British hell. I don't wanna be here in your London dungeon. I don't wanna be here in your British hell. Ain't no mystery why I'm in misery in hell. Here's hoping you're swell.
Oh, wow. Well, theoretically, it could be a button mashing game. God bless America. I wonder if you can tie. Like, what are. Dude, you guys got me going down. You got me going down a rabbit hole in my brain here, trying to come up with how to take what both of you fucks just said and turn it into something that isn't so dicks, you know? Rabbit hole. Oh.
They draw the lines, we spark the green. Chaos cloud the scene, praying loud to
Yes.
gods of war.
Yeah.
But peace was knocking at the
Well,
door.
it's more of a
Kiss. They twist our joy into a fist, but I still float where the love is strong. Riding high on the atomic bomb. So
it's skill though. It's skillfully quick.
it clears the smoke from the fear they spray.
Going on the Ferris wheel at Prairie Fest tomorrow?
We pass it round and
Dude, that sounds like I'm 16 again. What's up, Ian?
still gonna win this fight.
Sean, I literally thought about doing stuff like that also, just kind of making different styles of that, right?
They say,
Like
hey, don't be free. Hide your heart
the rap battle game.
the labels try to clip our wings. But
Nah, I get pretty bad motion sickness, and I don't like heights and shit.
just open minds.
Ferris wheels are a big fuck that. And I've watched too many janky, like Chinese fucking fair festival things where janky rides have just gone tipping around and stuff, and you know, not that I have an irrational fear of it. It's a rationalized fear. It's not fear as much as it is just nah, you know. Dude, shit is super sketch. I don't. Yeah. Dude, I was never a big like roller coaster fan either. I think it has to do with the motion sickness thing though. I tried when I was younger. You know which one I used to like a lot was Vertical Velocity. And that bitch was broke as often as you possibly could break something. So he said Rock Scott Les Pulse in the car has teeth. Dude, Cedar Point is where I went the first. I swear I rode most of the roller coasters in my life. I've rode a lot of them at Six Flags as well, but I did go to Cedar Point. I actually had a rough experience there when I was a kid. There was one of the like the ones that come over your head and latch in. It wasn't latching, and when I went to like go fucking like I was like, yo, what's up, Dudley? When I went to go like, hey buddy, this is like bad, he was like, oh, okay, I got you, and he popped it back and it popped again. I was like, okay, cool. And then I was sitting there, and then just right when the ride started, the thing went bonk, and then was like way off my chest, dude. So like I was like holding on quite a bit, and that fucked me up on top of like I got so motion sick that like I got off the thing. I was like, and it did like a upside down loop, okay, which I don't like upside downs. I think that's what gets me the motion sickness. But it did one of these numbers, and like I thought I was dying for sure. I didn't though, as you can tell. I don't know if you could tell or not. Happy 11/11, Gare Bear.
Like bombs destroy, this bomb creates a higher path.
Yeah, and what's tomorrow? Friday? Yeah, I don't know what my plan is. You know what I'm pumped about, though, is Prairie Fest being over. The reason I'm pumped about Prairie Fest being over is that I will get the Park District to do a little bit more stuff. They do plenty for us, but right now they're all hands on deck. And there's a few things that we would like to get done as a group. So I don't even know. I don't know enough actors. You got a better chance of doing actors, honestly. That was... Never mind. That was pretty good. But, But just more in the sense I don't know anybody. I don't watch enough TV or movies, really. You know, I watched Pulp Fiction for the first time the other day. Nah, it was probably a month or two ago now. I don't know if we've talked about this on here before or not, but I thought it was mids. Sorry to those who are Pulp fans. Never seen it. That's an okay one. I don't know, you know, there's okay parts, but I'm also like, that's my whole thing. But meh, yeah. Desperado is exponentially better movie and gets like half the credit. Not even. It's like a tenth of the credit of stupid Pulp Fiction. Yeah, I just don't know. Well, dude, if that's where we're going, see, I was, when I was a kid, it was Demi Moore in Striptease. That was a big one. And then, the Pink Power Ranger, who knew the suits? And then I had a little crush on Anna Kendrick's, and I think that's I think Mila Kunis was in there at some point, and Jennifer Aniston. I think those are literally. Oh, there was another Mortal Kombat, Sonya. That was like my. That's a good one. But yeah, what I could tier list AI platforms. I got that skill in me. I'll just tell you all my S tier ones. The tier list, my balls. Oh my goodness. Left one, S. Right one, D. Yeah, dude, this song is a bop. What was the last song title? It didn't have a title. I think it's about a dog, though. I think it's about my dog. Holy shit, what just happened? I clicked the button. This one?
Got a dog named Co. Just 3 paws on the floor. Hawaiian warrior, nah, she's more
Yeah,
like a tiny
this is about my.
with a bark that can shatter glass.
Okay. This is easy. S. S tier. Biz? A or B tier. Maximum. This was about my dog. Let's see if I can get, unless you're talking about this one. This is gazing through the window at the world outside, which is S. S tier. The top. Oh, tier list local disc golfers. Okay. S tier. Nate Cozier, S tier. Yeah. Can't forget Nick Fairley. S tier. Duh. I know. I would, you know. That's S plus tier. Oh. No, okay, best. My favoriteest local disc golfers are, man. It would really, honestly, it would be a strong fight between a few. Dude, he said Ted S tier for me. Oh, 100% S tier. No, Thor S tier. Al Hermosillo S tier. Yeah, we got a lot of them. No, I personally, yeah, well, you know, okay. It's hard, dude, because literally, I mean, like three of these guys include, I guess, so Danny kind of falls in that, Big Cat kind of falls in that. Like, there's like a lot of really good local disc golfers. Like we can't even call. You know what? We're gonna take Gavin off the list because he's not even local. Who even knows where that guy's at? Although I know exactly where he's at, but he would have been up there on this list too. But like, obviously Ian, Big Cat, that's my guy. But like, when we go up into the upper echelon of humans that play this game locally, Ian, Gavin, John Borzik, Danny Boach, yeah, they're the goats. Like, and don't get me wrong, I want to put Cat in there, but Cat's like a different level of human. Well, what the hell, dude? I'm mad it's your first time too. Although, you know what? You have partaken in... Your name has been on the stream before playing Disc Golf Valley. If we're talking all time, we could be here for fucking days. I genuinely, like... Some local disc golfers are some of my favorite people in the world.
Got a dog named Cub? Just 3 paws on the floor.
Lion warrior, nah, she's more like a tiny dinosaur. 12 pounds fluff with a bark that can shatter glass. She'll take on a squirrel, a motorcycle, or even blade of grass.
Dude, we're back on the Koa song again. What the fuck? I gotta get a few passes. I've gone back. Whoa, you know what? Here, let's do this. It's not even like, but it's not fair. If because this is no joke. If I think it all makes sense to all of you also. If I were to play my like, everybody's like dream foursome. Dude, the last time I was clean shaven? Shit. Probably like 2015-ish. And I probably clean shaven, I was probably in high school or something. I had a teacher in high school that kicked me out of her class. I went to like private schools and shit. She kicked me out of her class one day because I needed to shave. According to her, I didn't shave. And I was like, I did. I shaved last night. She's like, well, you need to shave in the morning because you don't have a clean shaven face. You got stubble all over the place. I'm like, yeah, my facial hair comes out quick. And so I went down the one day. The dean was there. He goes, all right, just whatever. And he used to keep like clean razors around, and he like the disposable ones. And so he gave me a disposable razor. He goes, go shave. I went into the bathroom in the dean's office and shaved, dry shaved, didn't use cream or nothing, dry shaved in the sink and left the razor sitting in the sink. He goes, after you're done, go back to class. So I dry shaved, left it in there, and then I left. We weren't getting along at this point, let's just say, okay? I'm into that anti-authoritarian thing. Like, I'm not a big fan of somebody telling me what to do, when to do it. Anyway. So, oh wow, Dudley, that's a good call. There was a Pam Anderson time, the Baywatch days. But anyway, so I shaved, threw the fucking thing in the sink, hair all over the place. I went back to class. About 5 minutes later, the dean came back to my room directly. He walked into the room, looked at me square in the face, threw his hands up, and went, "What are you doing?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Come with me now." And I was, okay. Then everybody was like, oh, no, okay. So I went back down, cleaned this up. Why are you doing this? I'm like, dude, it is ridiculous that I'm being forced to shave at school to begin with. He's like, but you want me to touch your razor after doing whatever? This is disgusting. Throw that away. Clean the fucking hair up. I'm like, okay, mad respect. You're making sense now. I threw the shit away. The next day I came to school. I had just shaved the day before, like with a razor. And I went down to class, and the same teacher kicked me out. And he was like, go down there, blah, blah. We argued. She actually kicked me out of her class. She said, he can't come back in my class at all. So I had to sit in the dean's office for a couple of weeks. Anyway, this same bitch, okay, goes out to eat every once in a while with my mother now, currently. I don't know where the fuck they became friends at. They met up at a church somewhere or something. And I walked in after disc golf one morning, and my mom goes, hey, come over here. You're never going to guess who's here. And I saw that bitch again, okay? And I was like, you know what? No. And then I literally, in front of her, I did a nice stroke. A nice ha-ha. Look at this. Dumbass. That's it. So, that's how that went. And so, since then, I've been, like, anti-shaving. I'm like, yeah. And I don't like to do it. It fucks my face up real bad. It hurts. No, the reason... Well, I used to have, like, smaller, lighter facial hair. The reason I actually have a beard, I was sitting with my boss in the first dispensary that I worked in, and he said he was growing his hair out long, and I was like, damn, dude, I like how your hair is looking. You know, like, I wish I could get back into having long hair. He goes, well, why don't you? And I worked at like a car dealership, so I stayed a little bit cleaner there. And he was like, well, you work at a dispensary now, bud. And he goes, I don't plan on firing you anytime soon, so go ahead if you want to grow your hair out. And at that point, I literally looked at him. I said, nah, I don't want to go through the awkward phase when it's like touching the tops of your ears or on the back of your shoulders, kind of tickling you for the first few times. And I said, you know, and I told him the story about that lady and me shaving. And he goes, well, why don't you grow a beard then? And I said, yeah, I could do that here. He goes, oh, I don't give a shit. Do whatever you want. And I was like, sweet. He's like, nobody should have an opinion on what you do. And then like really entitled me to be a hairy monster. And then, you know, a couple years later, I ended up letting the hair go too. And golly.
valley of the shadow of death. He said, I have a house and yeah, I'll rent it out to you. But
Fucking
as
home
you pay
improvement
4
days?
times the
Guap,
mortgage,
that's what
will
I'm
you
saying.
also not put any little
Mm-hmm.
fucking holes in the walls too? That landlord's really a landlord, man. Fuck 'em, but I pay whatever just to
Minford.
hold my girl's hand, 'cause I really loved her.
The last time I've had my beard trimmed down a couple of times, like where they've taken off, you know, probably this much a couple of times. But that's been a while too. I will probably do it again at some point, but some of the wisest, no, just wait. Some of the wisest people in the world, Samson, Aristotle, Nostradamus, you know, they had the might and the brains. They had long hair and beards. Mr. Rourke. That's right. Yep.
I know that evening's empire has returned into sand, vanished from my hand.
Yeah. Hey. There's some good call outs there. I like that. I was really, the light bulb wasn't off on that one. Sean, if you witnessed that one, there was no light bulb. There was actually a hamster that was very tired on a wheel. It wasn't going very fast. I was trying to come up with a thought, but then I was lost for where my thoughts were going to begin with. And then, remember when we were talking about that memory, working memory? Yeah, that's the part of my affected brain, you know? I still got some pretty good brain left in there, but some of that quick rapid fire shit, not the same. Oh, dude, Gear Bear. Dude, Trish Stratus, dude. What was a Sable? Oh, dude. Sable was like the fucking Pam Anderson. No, Gary loves Biz best, but 100%. That was a good call out there, Gary. Yep, you see? But yeah. Now that we're here, I might as well smoke again. Not a bad idea. One more smoke session, I think. I'm gonna do the good one. God, I really want to. No, listen. Elvira is no biz. That's fair. Oh, that's just good. Y'all ever do shit without looking? Because you think you got the skills to do it, and then you look down and you realize you were fucking it up the whole time? Like, taking a piss? Y'all should figure that out. Wipe that shit up. It's disgusting. Alright? Fuck. Yeah, sit down at night when you're too tired. Boys. God damn, I'm teaching you everything in here.
Smoke a doink on the course. We all know your score could be much worse.
Fuck yeah, Gary. You know what?
Blowing smokes doesn't really
That's a mic drop moment right there. Hell yeah, Dudley. A W is a W. Remember when George W. Choked on a pretzel at a football game or something? That shit. Fucking Annie Ann's taking out the president. That shit was crazy. Puffing with the blokes. Hell yeah. What game are we playing? Puffing with the blokes. Oh, nice. That's fire. Dude, would you guys look at what I just done? I grabbed a lighter. I'm out of my mind right now. It was just such a reaction. I got an electronic smoking thing. Oh, Dudley. Nice. On one card? Cheers, friends. Dude, Mr. Rourke, tell me this thing doesn't have a little vibe to it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. Sean, if you weren't typing that message, I would never have laughed. But the fact that you just typed the message means that you're okay, and that's you gotta be careful, man. Cut that stuff up. You never heard of an Uncrustable before? Oh my god, dude. Gotta, dude. Cheers, brother. Don't choke on the smoke now, too. You're the prime. You know what? Uncrustables should hit you up to do a commercial. They're like, you know what? This is why we're better. And then it's just gonna be you like, just fucking. Oh, and they'll put a fucking drone inside your mouth, and then it'll go down. And it'll see the crust inside your esophagus, dude. Get that shit, Care Bear. Yourself or buy from the top shelf, or are you here to take the reins and gain back your health? Whatever it is. That's what you bingo, bro. And PB and J's are fire. I just made a I got a Ninja Creamy. Y'all know what that is? That's like an ice cream making machine. You know, Ninja's got all the blenders and shit. So I got this thing called a Creamy that you can pretty much freeze anything and turn it into ice cream. Not everything is going to taste good, okay? I know when I just said everything, you're like, oh, could you put some chicken in there? That's disgusting, okay? But I did make some peanut butter. and then I kind of it was like peanut butter and banana. Um, and then I ended up throwing some fluff or nutter in there, little peanut butter, a little fluff, little marshmallow fluff, to make it like a fluff or nutter. You know what I mean? And that shit went hard. Let me tell you all, gasolina. No, I don't keep the peanut butter in the fridge. Is that the play, Dudley? Wait a minute. What am I learning about? You could do it, Guap. I just don't recommend it. But like freeze-dried raspberry ice cream might be gasoline. Yeah, fuck yeah. Cheers, Garrett. Bro. Mr. Rourke. That sounds gasoline right now, but I can almost distinctly remember the time in my childhood life where I had a little raspberry for the first time on the PB&J. Let me tell you, I was also a big fan of blackberry the first time I tried that too. I was like, what are these preserves? Oh, Real Young Knight. Top tier. And hilariously enough, I've told you all before, my chat has an auto translate on it. I don't know how I did it. I fucking was gonna look it up and I didn't turn it off yet. But oh, you know what? Yes, I did. It's in the settings. I thought I turned it off, but it's still auto translating. Halle Berry, Anakin Sten came up on my chat and it says, "What is the name of the place?" Oh, hold on. Look, I'll prove it to you. Look, when I put this thing up, though, hold on. Give me a second. Let me minimize. There we go. I like that much better. Look at this right here. What is the name of the place? And then I clicked on it and it said Anakin Sten. Is that what her name translates to? What is the name of this place? What is the name of the place? Anakin Sten. Wild.
True. So we know that belief is a doubt. How do you know that you are a white man? If you know that you are white, explain to me how you know this. Okay, my mother is Portuguese and she's white. My father is Scottish with blonde and blue eyes. And you reckon they are white? I reckon. Alright, listen to this conversation. If I get water, yeah.
Lucy! What's up, Anita and Lucy? Lucy in the sky with diamonds.
When you look, would you see the water? No, you can't see the water. What would you see? Just the white and the black, the blue and the yellow. You would see the different colors. And if you trust those eyes of yours, you're gonna believe that.
Oh, yeah. That's a good teammate to have.
Until you go and taste them. Correct. And what are you going to discover?
Have you met her significant other? No, please. God damn.
Now you see all these human beings and you see who believe that they're Japanese, Chinese, blacks and whites. But they are the same. And if you go to any one of them and ask, sir, what color is your mind? They will tell you they don't know.
I gotta. No, I'm sorry. If the vacuum's too loud, my great apologies.
He don't know either. Because we are spirits
I got.
living in different color physical
I knocked the weed over. And oh my god! About to have glass everywhere. Y'all don't got a little vacuum on your desk to vacuum up your weed? You're living in. Oh my god! It just. I'm going to bed, dude. I don't have another fucking pipe for that. What is happening right now? This is another fucking
You're just a spirit in a body full of the same stinking shit.
really? Took the fucking glasses off for it even. You can see it. Oh, maybe you can't see it because I'm my face. Don't look at my face. Look it. Snapped it. Dropped it on the floor and fucking snapped it. With my powers combined, I don't even have eyes. Those are AI. AIs. I get it. Artificial eyes, dude. That's what I got. They're DAPs. DAP. You gotta buy a DAP pen. Dude, I'm so mad right now, actually. And there's glass. This shit. Nah. So mad. Yo. I'm over here with it in my fingers. I'm gonna stab myself. I'm gonna be fucked up. I'm so mad. Dumbass. I don't even. I just. Fuck. I'm mad now. As you can tell by the cursing. But you want the... Oh. I got the little dish on for you. Was it just on? Dude, did I just break? One, two, not. Well... I missed everything. What am I looking for? Hold on. Dog Misfits? think if I can find it. Yeah, I just don't smoke joints in here. Dude, I'm so mad. I went back to using that thing because I ran out of fucking parts for the other one. Patent's pending. This thing never made it anywhere. I'm screwed. Hold on, no, I'll find pretty close to what you're talking about here. It's all gotta be in like the same, because this was the night we were at Matt's house, right, Dudley? Taste the biscuit.
I personally understand
Taste the
Because I was so
goodness of a
young when my
biscuit
father
with
was
my
killed.
honey sauce.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the
Yep,
goodness of the
okay.
biscuit with the honey sauce.
I think we got a couple of what was it? Danzig fucking or something?
Don't get your honey sauce on me.
Little Angel fuck.
I don't like the way it tastes on my chicken wings.
This is it right here.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the
Turn the lights down low and close the door. Turn the lights down low and close the door. Future is coming.
There's some good ones. Oh, was it the one that I just turned off? Fuck. I'm gonna send them all to you. Darling.
Don't utter a single word. Die, my darling. Just shut your pretty eyes.
Yeah. Well, y'all just got to witness me break another piece on here. I didn't laugh react like I did the last one. This one wasn't as funny. I'm gonna have to go back to doing dabs off the old fucking e-rig and stuff. This thing needs to be renewed.
Turn the lights
Dude, I know, Guap, that's what I'm saying.
and close the door. Future is coming. Future rising up. Whoa, shotgun blast, a demon piece of lead. With both eyes open, I wait up for the kill. Feel the evil, feel the heat as I blast you open. Death comes ripping, and it's going. Death comes ripping. You feel the
Yeah, Mr. Rourke, I actually like that pipe so much. I have 4 of them or so. I bought them all from the same guy. What the hell is his name? Bob Bank. Banks Glass. Y'all know Bob? But yeah, those are all Bank Glass things. They, I just love the size of them, the mouth on them. They're easy to clean.
Death comes ripping now. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Apparently in the first Switch, they market it as a flower rig too. Whoa. Yep, I'm just getting them all put together. These are the songs that we made that night. Yeah, there's 4 of them. This one's a jam too.
Little angel far. It's a shame that love better, babe.
Yeah.
Did you like the
You know what?
fun?
I do got a DAP pen.
Did you like the time?
And this thing can't break. So cheers to all of you. Thanks again for being as awesome as you are and sharing and spending some time here. Think about it, y'all. I want to come up with some games, and it's really the sky's the limit to a certain degree. Like, I don't have. Maybe I could sync this thing up to Unity or something, and we can make some like really badass stuff. God damn it. I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole tonight. I won't be in bed until 3-4 o'clock in the morning now. Thank you all. But let's do some fucking, if any of you got any ideas, let's make some shit for the stream. We'll do it here. It's just us. Nobody else can have it. It'll be the most fun you've ever had. We can make our own games. It can be like the lighter game, but better. Well, there's really not many better games than the lighter game, but electronic. Wow. Not a bad idea. He said feature an FPL. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you know what? The more that I'm thinking about it, the better. I mean, I'm picking up what you're putting down. I need what are we next week? Oh, we do need to get together. That please, yeah. We'll hit up Matt and go hang out. Fucking yeah, that would be nice.
Little angel fuck, I see you going down on a fire plug.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I like that too, Dudley. I'm trying to create our own so we can do some wild shit.
She's in loving you anymore.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah, Gare. That's a nice little setup there. A little hit in the beaker, huh?
I'd like to tell you the strangest secret in the world. Not long ago, Albert Schweitzer, the great doctor and Nobel Prize winner, was being interviewed in London, and a reporter asked him, "Doctor, what's wrong with men today?" The great doctor was silent a moment, and then he said, "Men simply don't think."
But yeah.
It's about this that
I want to talk with you.
Oh, I don't mean to whistle. Sorry. I heard that that can be quite annoying to the ear holes. I'd like to tell you all about the strangest secret in the world. Um, but my friends, I appreciate you all. Thanks for doing it. It's 11 o'clock. Do whatever you want. I was gonna say go get some sleep, but yeah, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. You're a bunch of grown-ups. Do what you want to do, and please smile while doing it. You deserve it. I love you all. I hope you strike peace when you seek it. I hope you find love when you need it, and I hope you can cope when you feel it. Peacekeepers, peace out. I appreciate the fuck out of all of you. Let me check and see who the top fans were. Oh, the Guapo, Mr. Rourke, Gary Cornett, the Real Young Knight, John Voight, Sean Whitney, Dudley Dawson, Chi Town Hi-Fi. What a awesome squad of humans. I appreciate y'all. Enjoy the rest of your night and have a great weekend. Have a great evening. Take care. Take care, and you as well. Sean, be careful around those PB and J's, dude. Really, I'll send you a link to Uncrustables. I'll help you out. And I even peel the crust off the Uncrustables. That little excess crimped part, you can peel that off. It comes off as one big loop. You actually, that's like the fun part of it, trying to get it all off as one big loop, and then you throw that shit away, and then now you're eating free, buddy. And those suckers, you put those into the fucking refrigerator. I even don't mind putting them into the freezer, but then like you get them out of the freezer and let them kind of chill a little bit, and the ice cream, or the fucking ice cream, the jelly starts to kind of get a little bit more jelly, and the peanut butter still has a hard like cracker snap to it. That shit is fire. My God, they are firing out of my price range. Well, listen, um. I'll send you well, I can't send knives. They don't allow that, but I will send you a link to get some knives, and you just cut the crust off. Be careful out there. It's a dangerous world. The crust life it's a tough one, okay? Somebody's got to do it. But, I understand. You got to get a missus or a mom. They will help you cut the fucking crust off your sandwiches. Possibly. Don't be chauvinist, okay? Maybe they don't want it. Maybe you should cut the crust off of their sandwiches, and in the process, cut your own off because you don't want to die eating a sandwich. All right. I love you all.
Avocado, 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 potato, 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 potato.
And never forget,
Hey, fentanyl ain't no good. Hey, fentanyl ain't no good. Hey, fentanyl ain't no good.
it is
Disgusting.
donuts. Love y'all. Have a good one. I'll catch y'all soon. Peace.